Hi, my name is Ian, and I'm one of the founding members of Merkle Science, where I'm also the associate director. So I'm usually based out of a Singapore office, but now I'm in New York to help with some of our expansion plans over here. Merkle Science is a next-generation predictive and intelligence platform that helps cryptocurrency businesses, financial institutions, regulators, and law enforcement detect and investigate, cryptocurrency-related activity. So Merkle Science vision has always been to create infrastructure that empowers the safe and healthy development of the ecosystem. And we decided to start off by tackling the issue of regulatory compliance, right? Because we recognize that, without crossing this hurdle, if businesses can't even set up and operate, right, everything else becomes moot. And if we can help these businesses, create tools, create products that allow them to satisfy regulatory requirements, allow them to operate and focus more on their business, right? That goes a long way to driving adoption. When we started the company in 2018, I would go out and pitch to people, hey, we do blockchain monitoring, you need it. And the questions that I always get in response was one of two things. First one was, what is blockchain monitoring? Right? Like, it's the first time I'm hearing of this, right? And the second question that they might come, if they know what blockchain monitoring is why do I need it? I think the conversations that I have with clients today is very different. It's no longer them asking me what I do, why they need it. It's about, how much does it cost, right? Because it's no longer, a question of do they need it, when do they need it? It's, I need it now, how much does it cost, right? How can you help my business? Because I think the perception has drastically changed. And as much as there are a lot of companies today that are still operating in, let's say, an unlicensed sphere, most of them recognize that the real money to be made is to be doing business with the financial institutions. These financial institutions with the big money, they're not going to touch you unless you're a regulated and compliant business, because they have other stakeholders they need to answer to. They're regulated entities, and they can't risk doing business with an organization that doesn't have proper compliance. One of the things that we've identified very, very early on is the fact that the regulatory landscape in cryptocurrency is going to constantly change. When we started the company in 2018, by and large across Asia, there were no licensing frameworks, right? Yes, over in the US and in the UK, Europe, there were some, but it still weren't clear. So we knew right from day one that any platform that we built had to be designed in such a way that it would accommodate for changing regulations. And so one of the things that we do very well is that the way that we detect risk is not set in stone. Right? We have what we call a risk engine that basically allows our clients to create bespoke alerts. And what that allows them to do is anytime they see new regulatory requirements, they can actually just log into the platform, right, and implement that onto the platform immediately. Right? And this allows them to really expand to any jurisdiction that they want, because again, the system that we've designed has not been tailored for just one set of rules or one set of regulations, right? It's agnostic. I think most of the time, people in the crypto space, when they look at regulation, they see it as a hammer that's trying to come down on what they're trying to do. A lot of people, come to me and say, all these new regulations are stopping me from doing what I want to do. And I think that's the wrong way to look at it, right? At the end of the day, regulators aren't against innovation, right? What they're against is crime. And what they're trying to do is to create, policies and frameworks that allow businesses to do what they want to do, but in a safe and compliant manner, right? Because I think it's fair to say that as much as, everybody wants to make money, I would like to think that nobody wants to do that at the expense of, a victim, right, or someone else. And so if we recognize that everybody wants to do their best, the question becomes, how can the private sector work with governments in order to create, this framework that allows innovation to take place, but not at the expense of these small companies. I just got back from a conference over in Wyoming, right, blockchain conference, which I think, again, the regulators over there do very well, right? At the conference itself, literally you have the regulators attending, speaking to all the different companies over there and actively trying to learn what are the pain points, right? What can we do to create frameworks that would not impact your business, but actually allow you to grow, right? Because we want you to be compliant, and, the question is, you got to meet us halfway. And I think we're seeing that level of maturity enter into the market, right? More and more crypto players are actively engaging with the regulators, right? Going above and beyond, offering their assistance. And I think that's going a long way in giving the regulators comfort and recognizing that, hey, this is not an industry like it was 5 years ago, right? It's not just a bunch of cowboys who are looking to do whatever they want at the expense of everyone else, right? These are guys looking to build legitimate businesses that can make good, sustainable impact on the financial system, right? And the question is, how can we help them do it in a safe manner?